Good evening and welcome to The Truth Behind the Truth. Yes, indeed. Welcome, everybody. We want to thank you once again, always, for taking your time out on this beautiful Saturday evening, no matter where you are in this country or around the world. Taking time to share with us our great conversation, inspiring, enlightening, and hopefully helping you find your place of your own authenticity. That's what we're about. That's our mission, and that's what we're doing. All right, we're so excited. Tonight, our brother Parnell will not be with us tonight. He might pop in, but he might be on the road. But he's busy doing his crap. But where in the hell is Parnell? Where in the hell is Parnell? He's somewhere out there tonight. Where did he go? but in his stead, we have our wonderful sister Natalie stepping in again tonight. All right.
Hi guys.
Let's get into the show tonight once again.
Thank you for having me.
During a beautiful evening, I see. The sun has gone down over there on the east side of America.
It's a rainy night in Georgia.
Listen, North Carolina too. Train, if we ever take it to Georgia,
feel like it's raining all over the world.
Beautiful. First of all, we want to remind everybody definitely to go to our website. All right, for all show information, links to all of our shows, whether you watch us Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Definitely go to our Facebook page for all show times and everything at www.thetruthbehindthetruthproductions.com. Remember, thetruthbehindthetruthproductions.com. Definitely go and check it out. If you have any information about our upcoming shows, will be there posted for you to be able to share, get it all over the world as you're already doing. All right, let's go ahead and dig in for a little bit tonight, guys. Harold, how are you?
I am excellent. I'm excellent.
Good.
My son has been gone for a week, so I've had
the house to myself.
Yes.
That's when you're supposed to be excellent. Yeah. I feel you on that one.
Excellent. So the walls just walk around the house naked and do whatever.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
If the walls could talk.
Yeah. It's been a good week.
That's all right. Well, glad you're having a little peace anyway. But I'm sure y'all done worked that out a long time ago about Dad's private time. So
it's just nice to air all of it out. Just air it all out the house. So it just needs to be aired out at this point.
It's something about when you just have that singular energy in the house. It's different than even though my son is on the first floor and I'm on the third floor. Just having that singular energy, it just feels different.
Yes, it's nothing like it. Walking around the house, just feeling your own power.
Yeah.
Well, I loved how you said he's on the first floor and I'm on the third floor. See, I told you had a mention.
Well, probably compared to what we were living in 6 months ago, because we were living in a tiny studio apartment. Well, it was a one bedroom, but not really a one bedroom. But yeah.
Well, you know what?
God is faithful.
Good. Hey, that's right.
Amen.
Dedication is very important, and you staying true to the cause, which is definitely do that. And you're seeing the success. That's what we're all doing. I mean, we're about success. I mean, your message has been very clear all along about you being a person being enough for themselves. So it echoes. We have to be first examples of that prosperity.
Oh, yeah.
All the way around. We talk about it all the time. We need to be examples of it. So, and this is one thing that this show is doing, is being the example of that, of how progression, the right people around you, and all that could be about developing. We started, Dylan and I started this show 2 years ago, and it has blossomed to be something so immense. I mean, immense. When I'm saying immense, it's great, and where we're going. So network is right around the corner. We're getting ready to start season 3 coming up, guys. When we get into season 3, woo-hoo, boy.
Yes.
Y'all gonna be on for a ride. Y'all gonna say, where these boys coming from? Hey, that's what we do.
Well, let's do this while we on a good note.
Hold on, let's see how Natalie doing first.
Well, Natalie, what you doing up in Atlanta? And especially
We had a homegoing celebration today for one of my uncles. He was 81 years old, but it was such a wonderful homegoing celebration. We literally just had a ball. We had a ball. Oh, wow. It was no tears, no nothing. That's the way you send somebody home. I want to go home like that.
Absolutely.
Joyful, no tears. He lived a full life, and he said he was ready to go, and he went. So that reminded me that, God gives us that grace and that mercy, and I want some of that when I get 80-something years old, to say, hey, guys, I'm out.
Right. I need you to at least 100.
Well, me and God knows that it's 120, but I'm just giving it to y'all a little bit at a time, because you can't take this 55 looking 25. So what you gonna do with
100? Please, I need you at least 100, because I'm gonna be 108. So I need you.
At least 100.
No, at least 100. Okay.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
I'm good. I am great. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing what I got to do. Definitely doing what I got to do in the process of that, to making a move forward. Before we dig in, tell everybody about DTWW. Okay, talk about that real quick before we get into the rest of our night.
Well, DTWW is a little project that I started a few weeks back. It's reaction videos on my YouTube page. Yes, it's a page called DTWW Reaction Page on YouTube. So whenever you get a chance, I will post reactions on the state of music, artists, movies. And since we're on that subject of the state of music, y'all love R&B.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Do y'all believe R&B is
who doesn't?
Well, I think it's taking a back seat, but unfortunately, I mean,
R&B definitely isn't dead. No, they just transitioned it to. They've transitioned it. Did you guys freeze on me?
I hope not.
No, I think you might.
We heard you say they transitioned.
Yeah, we did hear you say
I just heard a loud. It has transitioned into a whole nother level. Like the kids, the nuance of it is it's more, it's not as passionate and loving, but it has its own steady little flow now. I like the new R&B. I love the new R&B artists that are out now. They say what's on their hearts. Like that one song where the guy says that I forget the artist, but he says her items are around the house, and it's like looks like a souvenirs. He's saving them for souvenirs. He's waiting for her to come back. Like they're more detailed with their lyrics now, and I really appreciate that about them.
Because Puff Daddy, whatever he now calls himself, had a discussion with a lot of people, podcast live, with a lot of people, Mary J. Blige and some hip hop artists, and then he was asking them, because he's now started up a division within Motown. He's started a deal where he's now going to just produce R&B music. But he kept saying that R&B is not the same R&B of when he was growing up. when Teddy Pendergrass and all
these. It's not.
So he wanted to know why that state of R&B was not popular these days.
So I'm going to make this. Now I agree, but I disagree with it. Okay, and I know you're a musical artist and you're a woman that and all of that. You know, we all are all in that category. I believe that what the true essence of R&B is gone. Okay, I think that it left when hip hop took over, and when we have seen that of our broadcasts and things like that, BET Awards, all these type of things, there is no room for the true hip hop because everything has been categorized into this hip hop generation, and I don't like that myself because I am like Puffy in that situation. The Teddy Pendergrasses, the Whitney Houstons, the Michael Jacksons, the list of people that it could go on. Stephanie Mills, Anita Baker, you know, and the list just goes on. Phyllis Hyman, and all these beautiful people that really sung about the true essence of life. Okay, and the challenges of in and out of relationships and things of that nature, they've lost it. Now it has gone to be that it's honestly, in my opinion, just porn on music. You know, now, and really it is because you have the influence of the hip hop community that has infiltrated that type of behavior in music, and that's not love. That is not the true essence of what love is about. You know, this is just a pseudo idea of a sexual fantasy that you should be doing privately. Now, here again, I'm gonna shut up. The other part about that, let's go on. Y'all know I'm going. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let my hero make his point because we got to get other topics in. But the other part about that, even when the older side of R&B, or as we call it, or soul music or whatever, they spoke about love, but it was not graphic. Okay, at the end of the day, and this has gotten to be graphic versus leaving you the nuances of the imagination and fantasy. But go ahead, Harold.
No, I was just gonna say, I just don't think like you said, there is space on the airways for real R&B, and so you know, where can you hear real R&B? Where can you know, it's not playing on the regular radio station, so it's just really hard to find. And so I think that it's really difficult for artists to grow and develop and find an audience because there's not ways for us to hear them.
Right, exactly. I totally agree. Do you want to make a point with that before we go on now? You had a point with
Well, I'm a next level kind of girl, so what I'm always moving and transitioning and renaissancing. So we'll leave that alone because what you just sounded like is like our parents sounded like when when our music was introduced.
Right. Yeah.
Think about that. Think about how when what's the group? Oh my God! Just when everything transition to less love or being less discreet, because in our era we did very tonight is the night.
Okay.
Tonight's the night. You gonna make me a woman?
Well, yeah, but I mean, again, and I get.
But you don't even like Mary J. Blige. So, it's a generational thing. But what I would like to say on this topic is that yes, R&B.
Oh, he don't like it.
But I feel like what has changed is the fact that the artists are not from the religious aspect of it anymore. You had a lot of R&B artists at that time period, like Bobby Womack, Sam Cooke, Whitney Houston. You had Aretha Franklin. They all came from a religious background, but that has changed, and because of that, the writing and the singing and techniques have changed. So things. So we're gonna keep it moving. Okay.
Well, anyway, great point. All right. We got to get ready to go.
And they're winning Fire Mile. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
We got to get ready to go. Wonderful Laura Pointdexter, director, filmmaker, writer, screenwriter, all of the wonderful things. We're going to dig into her new projects and stuff. We'll be right back after this.
Yes.
All right. That 14 minutes went by fast.
All right, and we're back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Truth Behind the Truth tonight. And want to recognize, thank you guys for your comments, keep them flowing in, even though we don't have a chance to read them. But definitely, keep them coming in tonight. And if you definitely want to send us an email, anything you like or disagree with, please do so. Go right to our Truth Behind the Truth webpage, the Truth Behind the Truth webpage. Put your link there. You can contact us via text message as well as phone call. We're making ourselves accessible to you. All right. Anyway, let's go.
And one more thing. Happy birthday, Grandma. Happy 89th birthday, Miss Hattie Willis. Yes. Okay. Okay, we got that out the way. Just do.
Yes.
All right.
Indeed. All right. Without further ado, we are bringing back to our show one of the fans that we love, that love being with us, back to the table. All right, back to the table tonight. Definitely bring back filmmaker, screenwriter, actor, Ms. Laura Pointdexter. Yes.
Woo!
Hey! Hey, everybody.
Howdy.
How are you guys? Thank you so much for having me, and many congratulations, because y'all on the glow up and the blow up over there on the Truth Behind the Truth.
Hey, that's what we do. Okay. Love your garb, looking so wonderful tonight. Love your head.
Regal, you're looking regal over there.
Thank you. Watch it. Listen, y'all. Listen. I'm getting ready to spill the tea.
Okay.
After the first show, Harold was in my DM.
Okay.
Harold was in my DM. I'm just gonna leave it right
there. You're looking all
regal. It. I love it. So how has things been? Let's take it in parts. How's things been with you?
Yes.
Things have been really, really well. I have to say, first and foremost, this year was very spiritually challenging for me.
Yeah. Okay.
God said, enough is enough. And he did a separation.
Wow.
For me to, okay, so when we come in this industry, because it's so challenging and so trying, we want a tribe. We want to try. We really need that. This industry has this funky type of energy where you just need to feel that support.
Yes.
And I think for me, I had gotten to a place where the support was outweighing what I knew I was capable of if I had to operate singularly, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Do you need to be Idris Elba's daughter?
Oh.
I just want to know, do you need a little nepotism in your bowl of success?
Don't start nothing to it. And when God separated me, it was frightening. It was a little scary. But in operating in obedience to him, I gotta tell you, 2022, my darlings, has been fabulous for the Queen Honey.
Wait a minute, Laura. It's been real fabulous because you were recently awarded a certificate of achievement by the Black Swans International Film Festival.
Yes. That is my first director's award. My executive producer, April Morrison, is my first director's award.
Wow. Bravo. What did that mean to you? Because I remember last time you talked about coming into the game late. What did that achievement mean to you?
Gosh, for me, it means that nothing is impossible. God. So now look at don't forget, guys, I'm a director of color who also happens to be a female over 50.
Okay. I didn't know
when
that.
I said I wanted to direct, they was like, girl, get on out of here. We ain't got time, girl, get on out. You don't know nothing about directing. But because we're independent, there is the need for us to wear many hats.
Right, exactly.
So where we look at it and say, oh my God, I got to write, I got to produce, I got to direct. Don't be scornful about that. Learn as much as you can.
Yes.
Because there is the opportunity for people to give you that opportunity on their stuff it is less. It becomes less and less with all of these caveats and all of these isms and schisms. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I had to do it all, it allowed me to get some legs in the game. And you know what I say, guys, whenever I do something here, I put it out in a broader audience.
You do.
So Black Swan said I did that. You understand? So, and I found out that that's important too. While I would love to have the accolades of my peers are very fickle.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
That's the truth behind the truth right there.
Okay, that's the truth behind the truth.
That is the truth behind the truth.
We put our stuff out in an unbiased order. The film festival circuit is unbiased. They don't care about your color, your age, your race, or your religion. We want to see the product.
That's true.
Even in the faith-based film industry, as well as the
secular. Come on,
beautiful accolade.
Yes.
Thank you.
Even in the faith-based
look at there.
Film industry, I just want to make sure, because there's two different styles within the industry. So is it which side is easier? Because I know you do some faith-based stuff as well as some regular independent. Is it harder is it harder in both industries, if that makes sense?
So I think that when you are creating faith-based stuff, it is more difficult because kind of sort of like what you guys were talking about in terms of music. There is really no place for faith. It's like what do we have? Pure Flix. It just has a really small pocket. Even if you go into any streaming network and put in faith-based, what comes up for you to watch is almost non-existent. Put in horror, drama, killer, put in anything else but faith-based. So, Dylan, I think the answer to that question is creating the product is equal in its difficulty.
Gotcha.
What is more difficult with faith-based is placement and distribution.
So here's a good point. I mean, as filmmakers and in television shows and all of these things like that, even if you have a driven opportunity or understanding of that, is it not good just to allow your faith base to merge right into what's going on in society and then have that clear message over being spread throughout what you put together, rather than kind of separating it and expecting people to follow it? You know what I mean? Make it a part of the mix, because that's how we live our lives every day. You know what I mean? And making it a part of the mix, so we walk into situations and whatever that is, and we don't walk in. Hopefully, we don't walk in with that disclaimer with the crossover right here and all that type of stuff, like they used to do. But at the end of when the conversation comes up, or when the need is to integrate that conversation into your everyday life, do you think that maybe this would be a better point for faith or film and that has a faith-based message to be done that way?
I think so. So let me just say, so my first project is definitely considered faith-based because I had a spiritual experience, and when I had lost everything in 2008, I literally I struggled with doing what was right, because I know how to make money, and knowing how to make money illegally is what I know how to do better than anything. Remember, I'm reformed. So during that time, I truly struggled with the literal angel devil situation. But now let's go into the project that just won the award for Black Swan. It is not faith-based, but let me tell you, when working with April Morrison, we are clear that if a man and a woman is they're going to have that scene, they might kiss and hug, but once we close the door, we leave it to the imagination.
Exactly.
Right? So while it's not faith-based, we create content that people can watch without we leave something to the imagination.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we tell the story without when we killed Charles, you guys as executive producer, you see in the scene, because he's actually in the trailer, but it's not a whole bloody mess. So I feel like we can get some of these messages out and have great stories without going to the extreme of all of that. But JB, to answer your question in the short of it all, I do think that there is a platform for all of it to actually be interwoven. Unfortunately, at the top of the pyramid,
right,
they really like that separation.
right.
At the top of the pyramid, you
Well,
know what I
I
mean?
don't know that. I know Natalie's got a
Yeah.
question, but I'm going to say this real quick, just to your point. You take all of the Marvel films, okay, and then if you know the history of Marvel films, they're all faith-based films, okay. And all the DC films are faith-based films because when he started those, you look at there's always a faith-based message, and typically all the DC films, every one of them, from Batman all the way through down to Spider, they all have a faith-based message to them. And it's very clear that they've done that, but he's integrated in his writing or the story that it becomes a part of the human experience, you know. And but I encourage everybody, look at all your DC films. I know because Natalie's got a question here, but look at your DC films, how they've all been set up. They've all, that was his goal, was to present that as a platform for all the films. But go ahead, Natalie. I'm sorry, I just want to say that.
Oh, first of all, congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you so
This is my first encounter with such a woman of such accolades, and I see that you deserve them. I feel like that. I've never met you before, but so my question is, as a female, how do you get them to help you? Can you just do it as a one woman show? Or I heard you say you had to cut your team, cut ties, but in the beginning you didn't have any support. Like there was.
No. When I first came, Natalie, I had no support system. I had no primary support system. I had no place to live. When I say it was a spiritual journey, I had lost everything. I spent about 4 years trying to resume my normal life. God would not allow me to resume my life because this was my childhood dream. Now, I thought that this dream was gone. God kept my dream alive even when I thought it was dead. So when I came in, I didn't have any of those things. Now, watch this, Miss Natalie. One of the reasons why I was able to attain success in this industry is because the foundation for success is the same across all sectors. Make no mistake about that.
Spill the tea.
The foundation for success is the same across all sectors. Now, I knew a few things. I knew what I didn't know, which means I spoke less and I listened more.
That's a word. That's a word.
Yes, indeed.
I'm gonna hold on to the hem of your garment. On that one, you got me, sis. I'm right here. Come on.
I was willing to put in the work. I came in this industry, and the first thing I saw was people very enamored by the red carpet and being able to say who they were rubbing elbows with, and they were about the entertainment part of the entertainment business. But I came in on the business part of it.
Yeah, that's where the money is.
And that's what made my turnaround. And people saying 6 years, how did you do this in 6? I came here to do business. I just happened to be doing business and entertainment.
Right. You know how much money you was able to student loan debt? You know that was saving all the student loan debt.
I came with you. I came to do business.
Work, okay? Go to stand up, be quiet, and just listen.
Just do the damn business.
Student loan debt. Go on, Miss Laura.
Who is one mouth?
Right.
Yeah. And so I think that was the difference for me. I didn't have a lot of time to waste, and I had lived enough life. I don't care who's who and who got on what, and it's a lot of distractions in this industry.
Yes, it is.
I had no time for the foolishness, the antics, or the shenanigans, and I was willing to learn from the ground floor. But I was fortunate because coming in with 23 years of solid business, my first project, I was the producer and the director for someone who was like, hey, I never met this person. A true story. Hand to God. This person had worked with me by way of someone else, and they were like, oh, you're in Atlanta? You're doing a film? Well, I know she's never done filmmaking before, but I work with her administratively. The girl is a beast. They called me. So my first project was funded, and I've been very fortunate, Miss Natalie. I've worked on only funded projects when I was produced. But that's because I understand business, and people know when they give me their money, I'm gonna make it do what it do.
Wow.
Come on now.
That is so powerful right there. You know what? We're gonna pick
That's my sister right now. Yes.
We're gonna pick it up right there from that particular point. We got a quick break, and we're gonna come on right back for some more wisdom from Miss Laura Pointdexter. We'll see you guys in a minute. All right, and we're back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into The Truth Behind the Truth. We are enjoying our wonderful sister, Ms. Laura Pointdexter. Want to remind you guys real quick of our upcoming shows. Oh my gosh, September is going to be off chain. Well, I'm telling you. Joining us next week is our producer, writer, Trent Harris. Now, I had the pleasure of being in his upcoming film, the Takeover. Oh my gosh, I had my opportunity, Laura, to play a doppelganger.
Okay, we gotta go, boy.
Yeah, some of this film is, but we shot this film probably about I don't know what, about 5. Just taking, you know how it is with independent projects, takes them long to put everything together. Supposedly going to Amazon Prime and whatever, but I'll let him talk about that coming up. But yeah, I got to play a doppelganger. I was like the Lord of the transformation and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm excited about that one coming out. Then we have Dr. Elizabeth Muse coming up.
Come on back for that, Laura.
Yeah, come on back for that, honey. She's good. I'm telling you, she is good about telling how women get their sexuality together. All right.
Really?
Yeah. Really? Okay.
Sometimes relate.
Yeah. You know what? But no, she's very powerful, very, very powerful, very, very powerful lady, I'm telling you. And then we got the cast of God Guys, okay?
Yes.
Yes, the cast of God Guys are coming the 24th to be with us and sharing about that wonderful production that they're doing right there in Atlanta.
Yes.
I think it's the weekend of October 15th. Should be.
I have my tickets already.
Do you have it? Okay, wow, exactly. So please, hey, the day you go to kind of, pop in or send some notes to the day you went to see the production. We like to know how it was, because we can't see it there in Atlanta. But yeah, should be a great show. I mean, great writer, great everything. I hear some good things coming out about it in the pre-show. So it's gonna be a wonderful, great show. Great.
Yeah.
But real quick, before we get back in, I want you to hear your opinion. I know we haven't talked since the Will Smith incident went on or whatever, and of course we're all make up all this wonderful fabric of people in the industry and what it is. But so what do you think about what happened with Will and his recovery and coming back? And do you think that people have done him pretty fair?
Well, let me just tell you, I really don't get involved in rich people's problems.
Okay.
I don't care. Will smack Jada, Jada smack Will smack Chris, Chris smack. Listen, y'all got all of that money, and all y'all can do is act a damn fool.
Okay.
Okay, I ain't crying.
Right.
Whatever we'll get is whatever we'll get. And let me just say something. I want to just excuse the men for a minute because the men get a bad rap.
Right. Okay.
Jada need to miss me with all of that.
Hmm.
Jada
Wow.
needs to miss me with all of that.
Yeah.
How would
Wow.
you? Why would you even act in a way when it was your king's day? It was his day, Jada. It wasn't about you, Jada.
Wow.
Miss me, boo boo. However
Wow.
you felt about what Chris was doing, that was your man's night. You should have sucked it up, put a smile on your face, and had that conversation with your husband after the Oscars. Miss me with that
Wow.
bullshit. I don't care who smack who.
Right. Wow.
And I want to add to naturally the impulse in that moment would be grabbing arms. Like, listen, we'll wait till after the show. We'll have a moment. Right now, it's just not that. Let's just stay on a little bit of a cold of, you know. I feel that because that's what I've been saying this whole entire time. I just feel like there should have been a code of conduct and say we'll get this settled after the show. But keep moving. Let's keep on going. I would have said the same thing. It's not. It was
And why he getting over where he getting over on the French Riviera, or why he's skydiving and getting his mind together in a private jet? Cry me a river. I ain't got time for that. That's rich folk problem. I ain't got
and she split that tea.
How do you feel about
She split that one.
You think that's also a rich person situation as well? Trump
what you
and all his
about that they went in Mar-a-Lago, that they bust down the doors? Why y'all gonna get me started? Y'all know I'm trying to reform. I'm trying to reform. Listen, we all know who Trump is, but let me just say this about Trump. Trump don't make me wonder about who he is.
Right.
And that's that on that.
That's a word.
I know what Trump is because Trump tell me out his own mouth who he is. So I got to give him big ups for that. And other than people, oh yes, and we're gonna do that, and then we elect you, and then you got me bent over with no grease.
Oh. Nah. Okay.
Well said, my sister.
Come on, y'all. We can say whatever we want to say.
That's the truth behind the truth.
That is the authentic truth.
Yes. Come on.
All right.
Real.
You are okay.
She is spilling the tea. Like no sips here. There's no sips.
No pushback on that, because that is the truth behind the truth.
And that's where I'm at.
Harold,
What can you say?
What else y'all got?
Right. So I wanted to shift gears just a tad bits. So Laura, you're such a Renaissance woman. You're so accomplished and you've done some fantastic and wonderful things. After 40, what would you say to men and women who are sitting on their dreams because they think they're too old?
Wow. That's the question I was going to ask.
Wow. I the most powerful thing I guess I would have to say is that right now in this dispensation, finding personal value is the most difficult thing to do because we have powerful narratives that are now spread through social media, and people are afraid not to fit in. And people are afraid not to have a singular voice. People are afraid to stand by themselves. So for older people over 40, you're going to have to go back to what your grandmother told you. You understand? Right now, we don't value people over 40 the way we should. And when I come from, we valued grandma, we valued Medea, we valued these people. And when we had problems, even when we were grown, we reminded them of their value because we couldn't wait to get there. Because they said, come on in, baby.
Yeah.
Sit down and tell me what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And they got their value because we knew that they had what we needed. But we don't value that anymore.
Right.
So what I could tell to anybody who is over 40 and you want to live your dreams, you're going to have to come inside. Because what you need is inside. It's not outside.
Right.
And once you come inside, it might be lonely for a little while and you might be confused for a little while. But what I'm telling you is that you won't be distracted.
I like how she pointed at me when she said that. That was for me.
That you deal with is going to be you mano y mano. Now, whether you fail or succeed, you're doing it on your own terms.
Come on.
You understand? When you fail or succeed on your own terms, it is what it is. I ain't got nobody to be mad at but me because I didn't listen to none of that bullshit y'all had to say.
Come on.
It's possible. This is the fairy godmama right here, y'all. Thank you so much for having her here. It's for me.
Let me pass the collection around. Let's pass the collection.
I'm taking that because she speaks to my soul, brothers.
So let me ask you a question too, real quick, since we're in that same vein. Okay, so you've got someone that has very powerful words. Okay, they could be in ministry, they could be whatever out there, and they get in front of this little 12 by 12 device, that has these great cameras on them nowadays, But to start speaking to people, speaking to people in their environment, whether it's from a Facebook perspective or an Instagram perspective or whatever, how would you encourage a mature woman to take advantage of that opportunity and not cast it aside, because they could be reaching more people, for what their cause is, for what their words are,
Well, see, it gets kind of flighty because you have to always remember why you're on. So if you get on and you got a voice and only one person likes it, but if you believe in your message, are you going to have enough courage to come on for that one person next week? You see, we're doing it for the likes. Right. We're doing it for the thumbs up. Now, the hope when God told me this is what you got to do, I get on and I use social media for what I need to use it for. And when I'm not on it, I don't worry about who like me, who don't. And every time I get on, I say what I have to say. You like it, you don't. So if you want to use this medium and this platform, you got to understand and believe and trust that your message is going to be important to somebody. And if it's only one somebody, nobody said you had to reach the masses.
Come on.
Oh my goodness. We in church. Like, I'm catching tears.
Come on. But they only got one like, so they don't come on no more.
Right.
So y'all keep coming on. I see the show blowing up because I'm paying attention to what y'all doing, and y'all come on every week, and y'all don't care whether there's only one person on, and the show is still growing exponentially because you believe in what you're doing. You're not doing it for the likes and thumbs up, and for that reason, the show is blowing up.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on now.
That's the word.
Oh my God.
That's the word.
I just love how she keep pointing that finger at me. It's
I thought she pointing at me.
Because we in the same box, Natalie.
I'm holding on to the hem of that garment, love. I ain't letting go.
Dora, I'm telling you, that was my word.
Yes.
That was my word. Thank you. Right. Thank you. Oh my God, that was my word. Go ahead. You got a question. I'm sorry. That was my word. That was my word.
I don't even know what to say after all of that because that was too much of a word for me. I mean, everybody
said it.
That.
Yes.
Because that's the problem nowadays. Everybody's going out for clout. If you have a foundation, if you have a message, the message is so important than the clout. Everybody, and that's why we have all of this craziness that's going on. People just talking all types of random craziness because they're trying to build up an algorithm that's going to go for the crazy. And that's it. That's not helping our society. Do y'all agree? That is just not helping us.
But the one thing, I'm going to integrate this, and Downey, I'm sure you got a question of it. They know in our production meeting, I stay to a task. Now as a part of my production team, Harold's the part of the production team, my husband is part of the production team, and everybody that you don't see. I stay to a task. I said this show can never compromise from the way that it was written, what it was we were endowed to do. If we're going to talk about being the truth behind the truth, that is what we have to do. Amen. Okay, you got a lot of internet shit out there going on. Okay, talk about every piece of shit that's out there. Okay, but we will not do that. Our goal is to be authentic, okay, and be centered by the opportunity of our spirituality, not overraining somebody with an idea of religiosity, but allowing spirituality to take hold and changing people's lives. And that's something that we still will never compromise in doing, because we're doing it. Okay, and we're doing it from this point to network. I'm through.
And Amen. I see the growth in the show, and this is what we're doing. What I'm doing is very scary. Let me just tell you, I'm not for everybody.
Right.
I'm not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. I've had so many things to happen to me in the industry. All I tell people is that y'all lucky I know Jesus. Y'all lucky I know Jesus, because at the end of the day, the things that have happened could have really taken me out of my space, but I understand why they happened, because people don't like genuine people. People don't dig people like me. People don't dig people like me. At the end of the day, for me, is what it is. I need to show you who I am so that you can honestly say whether I'm for you or not. If I pretend, the true me is going to show up eventually.
Right.
That's right. That's
right.
This representative, I understand sometimes when you walk in a room, you gotta, scan the room, you gotta know your audience and everything. But I'm telling you, the facades and the putting on and the woo. Oh, baby, I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for it. I don't. And I do believe that I am being blessed also because of how I move. I really do. And people looking and they hating. I'm being blessed because people are tired of spending their money with you because you talk a good game, but you don't walk the walk.
Amen.
It comes to light eventually.
Amen. Absolutely right.
So, on this positive note, what is in the future, Miss Laura? What is in the future? Do you have a new up and coming project that is coming? Because I'm ready and I'm all ears, because my ears has been percolating since you've been talking, and I'm ready to hear. You know what you just said, that word, that needs to be based on a new project. You need to put that in. We need to know. We might need to, sponsor some stuff with you. So what's in the future? What's in the future?
Well, I don't know if April's still on, but the co-creator, Charles McIntosh, and we were on a project, and we actually just did one EP, and the executive producer decided that she wanted to switch it and really bring in an older primary cast. And so we're going to be working on the Butlers coming up really, really soon. And on that project, I will be writing and acting with Mr. Charles McIntosh. So we're super excited about that. And I think you guys showed it. Right now, I have To a Moral Certainty. It's streaming everywhere. And that is my biggest distributed film to this day. It's distributed by Bridgestone Media. And so I play a judge in that. I'm super excited. So you guys go out and see that. Preaching Lies is streaming right now on Tubi, and I'm excited about that. And I had I can't talk a lot about it, but I was on the phone with Los Angeles last night, family.
Hold on. We want to hear about Los Angeles in a minute. We got a quick break coming back. We're going to come back and hear a little bit about Los Angeles. All right. We'll be right back, guys.
Oh, my God.
All right, and we're back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into The Truth Behind the Truth. Once again, I want to remind you to go definitely to our webpage, www.thetruthbehindthetruthproductions.com, and get all the information. We're going to have Miss Laura's information about our upcoming filming there. Anybody you see here as a guest on our show, you can go there and retract the information that you missed during the broadcast, all right? And go back and watch the show from that point as well. So it's always out there and available for you. All right, let's talk about it like Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, LA.
Well, it's always important to have work outside of the where you live. You got to go out and explore. And a production company, African American female production company, I can't talk a lot about it, but I had talks with them. They will be filming in Atlanta in October, and they are looking at me as the producer. I'm super excited about it because that's a big deal when you're working with production from LA. Right. And so I like it is so worth it to know what it is that you want to do, be confident enough to do it. Yes. Even if you have to do it alone. Guys, that walking alone, I know it appears to be scary, but I'm telling you, sometimes you have to break away from the fray. You have to trust yourself. And in doing that, a lot of times, guys, sometimes you can't get your blessing because God has no intention on blessing the people that you with. Ooh. Ooh. So if you mean that you're going to stay with them for whatever reason why you're going to stay with them, God said, well, then that's fine and dandy. But sometimes you will miss a blessing because God has no intention on blessing those people that you with. And when people say what's for me is for me, it is broader than that. If what's for you is for you, sometimes you need to be with just you so you can hear what God says, so you can do what he told you to do, so that when it drops down, now once God blesses you, whoever you choose to bless with the blessing, that's your business.
Right. Oh my God.
But you can't tell God what to do with his blessings.
These are you keep dropping these nuggets. I'm telling you. Keep dropping
nuggets. She's sledgehammering this thing. There's not nuggets. It's got boulders. I'm still holding on to this garment.
So this 2022 walking singularly, I have seen an abundance of blessings. Being by myself, I wasn't alone. God was with me. I was able to hear the voice of God. And I was able to, because, people say, you don't question God. I don't know what Bible they're reading. I don't know what Bible they're reading.
Thank you. Right. Thank you.
Yeah, that's not the God that I serve. But you have to remember, he said, you can say whatever you want to say to me. Just remember who you're talking to.
Yeah.
And being able and hearing what he said. And I can't lie. He's faithful. And 2022 has been... It's been a good year.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a good year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have encouraged so many people today, Laura.
Yes,
you have.
Yes, you have.
Inspired all of us to keep holding on, to keep pressing forward, not to give up. It's not too late. What God has for us is for us. Yeah. I just thank you for blessing us today. You have been a tremendous blessing to all of us.
Thanks for having me.
So, can you tell everybody how to get in touch with you, Laura, or in any projects? The best way if you're looking for auditions for actors, aspiring actors for your projects. What is the best way for everybody to get in touch with you?
Okay, guys, on Facebook, I'm Laura Pointdexter. Whenever I get any castings, I always post that on my Facebook. Facebook is Laura Pointdexter. On Instagram, it is the Soul Writer 1. If you want to reach out to me and find out about me working freelance, actress, writer, producer, director, you can email me. That's unshakablefaithproductions@gmail.com. And it's just the way it is, unshakablefaithproductions@gmail.com. And you can Google me. You can ask Siri. If you ask Siri, Siri will tell you who I am.
She know who you are.
You somebody. Siri know you, girl.
Oh, Laura Pointdexter.
Love it.
I know her.
Are you speaking of Laura Pointdexter?
And congratulations to you. Congratulations for the expansion of the show. Thank you for having just a fun, groovy platform with all of your different personalities. And I am here for you if you need me for anything. I got you.
Thank you.
And my word is bond. Harlem.
Come on.
Love that girl.
You know, Miss Laura. Come on back.
You know, you're always.
I'm holding on.
We know that we're on the streaming stuff, but I always tell everybody you're welcome here at this table because this table will be live real soon. Okay, so you're always welcome at this table. You're welcome at the studio when the studio is going to be live soon. It's already been declared. We just lining everything up for it to happen. You know, any specifics, and at this time, we're not rushing it. Just like you said, don't rush it. Okay, but stay steady to the course and allow it to develop. And that's what we're doing. You know, we're so excited about it. Guys, we want to thank you again tonight for tuning into The Truth Behind the Truth. Want to remind you once again of our upcoming guests. Next week, it'll be producer, director, Trent Harris. Then the week after that will be Dr. Elsmith Muse coming up with her Tantra Nova. Hey, ladies, get ready. Okay, come on, hey, Laura. If you want to chime in or pop in or whatever next week with her, I'm telling you, she's going to take it to another level.
I'm going to see what she's talking about. I've been celibate for 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well then, then you're ready for her. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to teach me something.
Ready for her. And then we want to remind you of the great cast of God Guys will be with us on the 24th of September. We're really looking forward to hearing what these gentlemen, this great production that they're doing there in Atlanta. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning into The Truth Behind the Truth. Yes. Remember to go to our webpage, okay, www.thetruthbehindthetruth.com. You'll be able to find all of Miss Laura's information on there as well. Y'all have a powerful night. Guess what? Thank you for tuning into The Truth
Behind the Truth.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Night.